Hello, darlings. It's beer monster o'clock. Don't know what that's all about. Hope you're all good, guys. Thank you for tuning in. It was just something really light out. There we go. I think it's reflecting a bit. Never mind. Oh, nearly knocked my beer over. Never mind. Yeah, for this review, we've got a Yorkshire pudding beer. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? Apparently it's from the Yorkshire Pudding Brewery as well. It sounds like a bit of a fake brewery to me. You know, this is a bit of a novelty beer, really. I'll be surprised if it's any good. In Yorkshire Pudding beer, eh? What's next? Brussels sprout beer, pig and blanket beer, cabbage beer. Maybe I've already done some of them. Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. Anyway, it's 3.6% ABV. I picked this up from Aldi for £1.49. It's 500ml bottle. And it is a bit mental. There's a little close up there. Got the Yorkshire puddings on there. It says made with real Yorkshire puddings as well. Winner of Aldi the next big thing. Whatever that's all about. Let's have a little look at the writing on the back and see if it's very seductive. Yorkshire pudding beer. This is a beer not to make Yorkshire puddings with. It's a Yorkshire pudding beer. The first and original Yorkshire pudding beer made in the foothills of North Yorkshire moors. We get our Yorkshire puddings from our friends at Royal Yorkshire Pudding Company in Doncaster. Each 5ml bottle of beer contains approximately half a Yorkshire pudding. There you go, it's half a Yorkshire pudding in this. Be interesting to see whether it tastes anything like Yorkshire pudding, wouldn't it? So this beer is soft and smooth with hints of creaminess at the back end of the beer. Sounds different, doesn't it? Yeah, it really will be interesting to see if it does taste like Yorkshire pudding. I'm guessing it won't, but you never know. Let's get it open. Find out, shall we? Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out anyway. Sometimes you just got to try these things, ain't you? Just got to try it. I mean, it's not very strong, 3.6% ABV. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect with this one. I mean, it's literally just called Yorkshire Pudding Beer. It doesn't specify what type of beer it is. There we go. She's all in. Oh, it's a little bit hazy. Wasn't expecting that. There you go, a little close up with the beer in the glass. There is decent levels of carbonation, kind of loads of carbonation, but moving sort of at a medium pace for me. If you can pick that up or not. Got a slightly off-white head. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, it is a little bit hazy. It's like a hazy amber sort of colour. It's very malty. It smells very malty. It smells a bit like a bitter, actually. Not smelling much else apart from loads of malt, to be honest with you. Maybe a slight hint of caramel as well. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. This will be interesting. Cheers, guys. Bosh. Tastes like a pint of bitter. First impressions. Quite a nice pint of bitter as well. Very easy drinking pint of bitter. With kind of a soft, delicate, creamy mouthfeel to it. Sort of light to medium body for me. It's alright. It's alright. But from that first go anyway, I'm not tasting nothing as far as Yorkshire puddings go. It did say they use half a Yorkshire pudding per beer, so it is in there. You know, can't dispute that, but I can't taste it. But then Yorkshire pudding doesn't really taste like all that much, really, compared to like malts and stuff. And this is very malt heavy, this beer. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Yeah, it is definitely a novelty thing. It don't taste like Yorkshire pudding. It's extremely malty, perhaps even a little bit too malty, but I am still enjoying it. It's definitely malt heavy, getting sort of biscuit in there, some citrus as well as malt. That's about the only thing I can taste that isn't malt, is a bit of citrus. Carbonation's definitely there, as you can hear. See if I can pick up anything else. For me, it's just very citrusy and very malty. Maybe a slight hint of floral in there as well, but it's like really in the background for me. There's not really a lot else to say about it, to be honest with you. You know, for me, it needs, if it's called Yorkshire Pudding Beer and it's by the Yorkshire Pudding Brewery and it's got pictures of Yorkshire puddings on it, I expect it to taste like Yorkshire puddings, you know. So for me, I probably wouldn't get it again. It's just a bit of a fun one, really. If it tasted like Yorkshire puddings, I'd probably give it a good mark, but you know, it's called Yorkshire Pudding Beer and it don't taste like Yorkshire puddings. How can you give it a good mark? I'll go once more, one more try, see if I can get any Yorkshire puddings. Nah, there's no Yorkshire pudding in it, doesn't taste like it at all. But what I will say, I think where they have put that Yorkshire pudding in here at some point during the brewing process, perhaps that's what's giving it a really nice, smooth, sort of creamy mouthfeel. Perhaps it's kind of like thickened the beer up slightly, although it isn't very thick. Maybe it's just made it smooth, because without that, the best thing about this beer for me is just the mouthfeel and the way it sort of glides down. It's extremely easy drinking. It's extremely sessionable and smashable. But yeah, at the end of the day, it don't taste like Yorkshire puddings, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'd quite happily drink it again, you know, if it was going. But, you know, I can't give it no higher because it just don't do what it's supposed to do. But at the same time, it's quite pleasant, you know. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Bit of mad on this. If you've enjoyed this review, please hit the like button and check out some more of my content, maybe, if you're new around here, and consider subscribing if you want to. And until the next one, guys, bye-bye, darlings.